Good morning from New York City. I've been thinking about the fact that ever since I have really doubled down on creating Dear Constance and all that it involves, I have been listening to fewer and fewer podcasts. And over the last few days, I've re-engaged and I am greatly enjoying a podcast called Wiser Than Me with Julia Louis Dreyfus. Shout out to my friend Sarah Deckey Wallace, who is so great sharing stuff that she loves. It's something I greatly value. I do it for other people and I love to be the recipient. She sends me theater ideas. Sometimes it's an art exhibition. In this case, it was a podcast. She's been really generous because she heard my call for reciprocity on that. So thank you, Sarah. Anyway, it's only just started, so I've listened to like 3, one with Jane Fonda, one with the food critic and writer Ruth Rachel or Rachel, I'm not sure how you pronounce her last name. And the one I loved the most with Isabelle Allende, the great writer. And playing on the theme that I talked about on Monday, the connection and engagement, and sort of asking yourself where you are on that spectrum. Does engagement and connection for you right now mean that you need to get out of your bubble and get your head out of the sand and avoid complacency and be careful that you're not withdrawing from the world? Or does connection and engagement for you mean exactly the opposite, that you need to unplug and reconnect with yourself? And what I'm really getting out of these interviews, it's so interesting to hear the conversations. Apart from the fact that Julia is extremely candid and direct and unbelievably real, one of the themes that's coming up in these interviews is that as you age, so many things that felt important before fall away. That can go to anything from what other people think or what you think other people think, to how you dress, and to what friendships and relationships you continue to nurture. All of these women are saying that they really pared down their relationships and doubled down on the most important ones. That is one of the things that's really standing out for me because I do engage with a lot of different people and it's something that I really love. And while many of my most important relationships are not in my immediate physical orb, they're people that live abroad or in other states, I enjoy and make a huge effort to stay connected through WhatsApp messages. And now, even through the podcast, it's been really fun to receive messages from random people that I haven't been connected to, haven't spoken with in a long time. Just Friday, I got a message from one of my ex Gucci colleagues that was so thoughtful and beautiful, saying that he had listened to several episodes and enjoyed it, and he got a lot out of it, and was encouraging me by saying that he really could see that I had found my voice. So I'm enjoying the connection and the engagement with people near and far. And that particular piece of these interviews really stood out for me because I am listening to garner wisdom and to hear these women who are, anywhere from 15 to 25 years ahead of me in the aging process. Another thing that they're saying is good health doesn't just happen to you. You have to plan for your healthy lifestyle. I'm listening. These are themes, recurring themes throughout the interviews. The one of paring down your relationships, a shift in what you value in terms of work, and deriving validation in different ways in your work. To this piece about being physically healthy and making that a priority and what that looks like. And lastly, what I'm hearing that is really resonating is this idea of levity and taking things with an energy that is more of ease, less intense, less charged. In fact, I had a conversation with one of my dearest friends who, for the purpose of discretion, will remain unnamed here. She has a very high intensity job, and she was saying that she's having a blast. It's nearly killing her physically, but she was telling me how she can see that she is having a lot of fun because she's taking things a little bit less seriously. She's taking the job and her productivity seriously, her performance anxiety and her fears are so much less charged. And back to the theme on Monday of maybe I will go back to work. She's one of the people that's saying, Constance, go for it. It can be really fun and it doesn't have to be as charged and you don't have to make as much money. Go for it because there's a lot of great stuff happening out there and not having to climb the ladder in terms of job title and remuneration package and all of that is actually a relief. And with that shift of focus away from those elements, she's telling me you could really find something that is intellectually stimulating and fun for you. So I don't know where I'm going with all this except to say that I've been very inspired listening to these stories and conversations with women who are 75 to 80, all of whom are very accomplished and sharing their wisdom right now with people like me. So again, if you're looking for a podcast that's an easy listen and very enjoyable, Wiser Than Me with Julia Louis Dreyfus is a really good listen. That's all I've got for you today. Until next time, from my heart to yours.